Hey everybody out there, Chris and Mike here, and welcome back to another indie comic book review. Guys, we got 10 digital books this week. We got about 5 or 6 physical copies this week. And we got some nice goodness that is indies. Letting you guys know in advance, as you guys are seeing, this is going up the same night or same morning as the Big Two. The Big Two will be tomorrow night, as I still have 1 or 2 books to read. It was a very busy weekend. It was Ellie's birthday.
Yep.
So we spent most of Saturday celebrating Ellie's birthday. Happy birthday again, Ellie.
Happy birthday.
Live on air. And unfortunately that meant we had to hold off on reading certain books. So the Big Two review will be tomorrow night. Also on Comic Frontline, as this is going up, we are starting a Halloween themed series for the month. Check that out. And the Funko Spotlight will be turning Halloween also. I'm making those announcements because I just recorded a good amount of videos for both series. So I want to make sure you guys know about it. Anyway, let's get into this week's books.
Okay, so let's start off with Vertigo Comics, Dead Boy Detectives, issue number 9.
Is this a mini-series or is it a maxi series?
It's ongoing.
Oh, it is ongoing.
Yeah.
I could have sworn it was a mini-series at one time. Maybe they changed it to an ongoing.
Yeah, because the book's like really good. Because I'm really enjoying this. So it's just to sum up the whole book, it's Charles who wants to find out more about his mother's death and how she died. So they go to this old theater that's been closed down for so many years, and they find out other things. Whereas Edwin is at someone else's place that does all the meditations and all that stuff. I'm going to give some artwork. And by the way, Charles does this really cool trick with getting the fire out of the theater with the portal. I thought that was pretty cool. So then we get to the part where we found out what the mother did. Basically, there was like a rope, and somebody grabbed the rope and swung it like that, and it looked like, because at first he thought the mother killed herself because of the letter his father sent to her, but then it was all just a big misunderstanding that it was the other way around. So it gets into other stuff too, where Crystal's parents are just like, you know, like they're not telling her what's really going on with her friend Rosa. And, well, I'm just going to leave it at that, to be continued, for what she saw about Rosa. So I'm really enjoying the book. It's really amazing. I recommend you guys definitely check this out for those of you who like mystery and, you know, detective-like comic books. Then that's the book for you.
I was not told that this was the subscription cover. I saw a different cover. So I apologize for the weirdness of the vinyl cover of this.
Yeah, this is the last issue of IDW's Ghostbusters, issue number 20, and Mass Hysteria, part 6.
But it's okay, we're going to see Ghostbusters again, and Ghostbusters and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I was going to get to that. Why you always got to jump to conclusions?
See, I wanted that cover.
Oh. Well, Slimer's okay, because we like Slimer. Alright, so it starts off where Winston is encountering with Tiamat because of what happened with the vault, that they opened it. And, you know, like, they're just saying, you know, like, of course you're dead, and all this other stuff. The artwork's amazing, by the way. And they're trying to snap out Winston. He wakes up, and Tiamat said that Winston has to make a huge sacrifice, and he didn't actually want to take that. So what he does is that he uses a motorcycle while the Ghostbusters are handling one of the past ghosts. Tiamat goes to Winston's wife, and technically the wife doesn't remember who he is after what Tiamat did to her, causing her amnesia not to remember Winston, them ever getting married, and all that stuff. Which is why I can tell it's the last issue. So all that's done. They capture the ghost, and Winston's feeling really depressed and hurt because you know, he said that she doesn't know him anymore, and they all just go back doing what to do better, being the Ghostbusters. And this is the cover of the Ghostbusters crossing over with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and that book I am going to get for the month of October. So, I'm gonna miss the Ghostbusters. Will they come back when the series? I hope so.
Maybe after the miniseries with
Maybe
the Turtles,
after
you know,
the-
take a couple of months off, just work as a miniseries connected to the Turtles, and then we'll see. Maybe I'm hopeful that we'll get another Ghostbusters series. This second volume really didn't go so well because of the fact that it started off with the original Ghostbusters being away. The title got a massive minus in readers, and then they brought the original Ghostbusters back, but I guess because of the really low views in the beginning of the series, nobody really came back.
And then they came back, and then they all...
But then the readers didn't come back as much, and that's what happened.
Well, you have to respect them for being around for 30 years. Dark Horse Comics Tomb Raider, issue number 8. And, to be honest, when I read this book, I actually felt like it was a video game, actually. From, you know, like running around, stuff like that. Which is what the book is supposed to feel like. So, basically it's just Lara Croft talking about how she saved Alex all of her life and everything from all the trouble. So now, one of Alex's, I think one of his friends, her sister, Kaz, is in trouble. And she wants to help her the same way she's helped Alex. So here's some artwork, by the way. She also meets up with a deer that follows her around. I thought that was, I thought that was pretty funny how they followed around. And then there's these guys over here that are trying to take out Lara Croft at a amusement park that she's looking at, because that's where Cass is. And you know, like, she's just basically trying to tell her that Alex gave her, before he died, the watch to give to her. And she wants to tell him that she saw Alex, like, as a ghost spirit form, but then, you know, Laura thought that Kaz would think that she's crazy, so he gave it to her to, you know, remind her about Alex. And then there's this guy in the end. I really don't like this guy that came in the end that said, to have a little chat with Laura and Cass about stuff that's going on. I did leave out a lot of stuff, though, because I want you guys to definitely read it, but Gail Simone each and every time. Awesome book. Gotta read this. It is just the definite recommendation for those of you who are Tomb Raider fans like I am and have played the game. Now we go into Xenoscope comic books. And we're going to start off with Realm War Age of Darkness, Part 3 of 12.
This was a really good issue. There's a lot of action
like
and
this.
really nice artwork. I gotta say that.
Especially so.
And my hatred for the Dark Queen continues to grow
believe me, you and me both.
Ever so much each and every month.
So you want to do it?
No, you go ahead.
Oh, so basically, Sela, the Red Hood, and I forgot what his name was.
Shoot, I forgot to.
Well, anyway, the three of them go up against these monsters while the Dark Queen just sits back and watches all this carnage and chaos going around everywhere, since now the Dark Queen and the Dark One rule everything. So, also, Hercules makes a appearance.
He's gladiator in one of the Colosseums.
Right, and
he's also Venus's little plaything.
Right, and the Dark Queen and Venus have a talk, and if you want to find out what it is, read the book. So it's very adventurous, what Sela is trying to do, and trying to fight all.
She's trying to take back the world, and
trying to take back
Queen.
the world, and well, that's what everyone else is doing, because they want their own realm back. So it's really action packed, and I really like the whole story, and something happens to Vang or Wuhan? Is that how you say his name?
Wagen.
Yeah, Wagen. There's something that happens in the end that don't want to spoil. That one.
Because it involves your character, possibly.
Just don't ruin it.
It doesn't matter. Because it involves your character.
Do you want me to hit you over the head?
Keep going.
Great book. Highly recommend you check this out.
Lots of awesome action in it.
For a 12-part series, you've definitely got to check this out. And hopefully end the Dark Queen once and for all of us, for all's sake. Alright, Warlord of Oz, part 5 of 6. One more part left until we conclude the Warlord of Oz. And this one was actually a lot more interesting, actually. Like, it first starts off where the knight is oh, I'm sorry, not that one. I'm talking about Dorothy, actually. She tries to fight off against all of the abominable they look like abominable snowmen, but I think yetis or something. Like, I can't really remember. With her friend helping her out. Meanwhile, we go back to Scarecrow, where they're talking about how they can bring back the kingdom. Whereas these characters right here, artwork, as always, amazing. He's just saying that they're tired of being treated like slaves and they want just their life back. And it's really setting up very nicely with all these demons that are attacking their home. And they're actually fighting back because the lion said, you know, it's time that you fight back. So that way you could take back, you know, what's yours and everything. And then there's this other scene that talks about a, what was it called? Like this green river or something. And there's just other things that I really do not want to give away in the end. Let's just, because they were looking for Zamora. And let's just say that they met someone else that could be similar to what they were looking for. Also, that involves her Annie N that came in this book as well. So, surprised you're not reading this, because this is like really amazing.
So many other books.
I understand, but yeah. But this one, another amazing book. I mean, Xenoscope just brings tons and tons of book. And my favorite one, Robin Hood, issue number 2, is here. And it is just getting awesomer each and every single time I read this book by Patrick Shan, who is the writer. So it talks about the priests a little bit more of how...
Don't mind me, keep going.
Oh, of what he wants to do with the spirits and everything. With, what was her name? With, well, he wanted to talk to Marion because he knew her from other places very long ago. So they have this really intense fight scene, Robin and the priest, and the artwork with that just is breathtaking and really amazing. So she gets the priest, but knocked out the window, he goes away and vanishes. So they go to, I can't remember what her name is. Like the one that went to them, I think her name is Sam.
Let's go with that.
Oh, yeah, Sam. Yeah, I think her name is Sam. And she talks about what happened, and yeah, her name is Sam. And then June actually comes in from what we saw from the last issue, and she says, you know, about these dealers that she's been with, and that could relate to the priest, you know, involved in all this that's going on. And there's some funny moments too in this comic book. So Robin meets up with these girls in the locker room that, you know, that might be of help to her with what's been going on. And let's just say the priest has got to them as well, along with this guy I wasn't really too trustworthy with from the beginning, that Robin talks to. And everything just goes haywire, and oh boy, the priest has got a lot of ways of using the spirit. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how she's going to stop all this. This is a highly recommended book as far as the other Xenoscope books as well. Really enjoyed this. Highly recommend you check out Robin Hood, and it's just so many things to look forward to, especially for that book.
Alright, we're going straight into digital. Mike, Justice Inc. from Dynamite, issue number 2. How was it?
Oh, let me just get that because I have a little... Yeah. Justice Inc. number 2. So Justice Inc. number 2, it's really amazing, like how it talks about the president that met with the past, with the whole plane that was happening. I like how there was an encounterment between those two characters in the beginning that knew about each other, and they just want to know about the plane and how, you know, it got there from wherever it was. And artwork's amazing, by the way. And there's this other character who's on a plane trip with his daughter and his wife, and he went to go to the bathroom. Then when he came back, he noticed that they weren't there, and he's like saying, you know, where's my wife and child? They were here. And he starts to go ballistically nuts after finding out that, you know, what are you talking about? You must be crazy. You were the only one that boarded here by yourself. So he's going nuts, and he's like saying, I'll tear this whole damn plane apart if I don't know where my wife and my daughter is. And let's just say he just goes a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs in that scene. So then we go into a different scene. Well, after he gets thrown out of the airplane because of all his craziness of what happened. I'm trying to remember the other scene. Like, basically, he just falls down and alive still. I don't know how he made it after that. Like, afterwards, the Shadow also did make an appearance in this comic book.
Almost died, it looks like.
Well, almost, but he's in that comic book. And he's just talking about, trying to remember, like how these different times have like collide with each other. Like I don't know, like something like that. If I'm right or wrong or something, because there was like just so much that happened in the story, and it was kind of very interesting, especially finding a body that's alive.
Looked zombified to me.
It did look zombified, actually. Okay.
Only Image book this week. Chew issue number 43. This was a really good issue. So Agent Cho is off in Tony is off in Alaska, I believe it was. I want to make sure I'm positive about this. Let's say, Antarctica. And he's on another case that the chief has sent him on because he doesn't want him anywhere near them anymore. So now he's going on cases far, far away. And it focuses mostly on his daughter, Olive. And she's doing amazing in school, awards, A+, everything. And then, under the guise of night, she's working to find the collector to take him out for killing her aunt. So, her, Poyo, I forgot this other guy's name. What was his name? Eventually I'll remember it when she jumped out the window. Colby and, I don't know who this other guy is. Anyway, they are in, now she's in search for the collector, and they actually get, a hint on where to go. Like they have a little clue. So they end up going to the Red Bear Bakery where they go for answers on where the collector is because he knows these people know where they are. They get surrounded by a bunch of agents. And whereas Agent Kolb thought that Pollo was going to have to jump in and take out everybody, Olive did it. Mm-hmm. And she actually finds out where the collector is now, and she says she's more than ready to take him out. And then the last page, well, it shows you what's to come. And I love how it says in big letters, she wasn't ready to be continued. So I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes. Olive is definitely a lot stronger than her dad. I will say that. And yeah, I really look forward to seeing the next issue. Chew has been really good. I've been enjoying it ever since I started reading it. And I guess next we'll go to, if this is an Image book, I don't think it is. No. Alright, we're going into Dark Horse. We're in Captain Midnight, issue number 15. How was this, Michael?
Captain Midnight. The town that he went to go save is now on fire, so... And he's, you know, has this guy that wants to chainsaw his head open with a little razor thing. So he gets out. Who didn't see that coming? Because I saw that coming a mile away. He manages to get out, and he faces against him one-on-one. And the whole stare down like walking towards each other was just really epic, including the fight. Meanwhile, Jones is also somewhere else as well. So he takes him out with one kick. Charlotte, actually, with Helios, there was actually a thing where her grandmother was telling, to Helios that, like, something about not staying with them for long because of, who he is and everything. Like, because nothing's changed. So, then there's this, like, long dialogue where Captain Midnight talks to the waitress from the cafe, and basically you can find out what that is. But it's basically just him saving the city. And also, I like the part where he's talking with, who was that, the grave he was talking to? It's, Rick. He's telling Rick, I'm a hero and I'm going to do what I have to do, never give up. And, because he's saying, I am who I am today in these colors, and that's all that there is to it. And then as the story kept going, there was lots of other stuff that happened in the end, and it basically relates to what's going to happen in the next story. And I don't want to give that away because I want you guys to read that. But just seeing him with the grave, just talking to Rick and just saying how the way he is today, that was the really big thing that stood out in this comic book. Really amazing. Definitely.
Next up, we have Ghost, issue number 8. How was this, Mike? I think you were supposed to drop this, then you read the next issue, you liked it. Now, how is it this issue?
This one actually is better. Ghost is actually going with... who's that clown now? Because it says in the... No, down. In the...
Wasn't that it? Oh.
No, you're going too many places. Von Gasly, I think his name
Von
is.
Gasly, yeah.
Yeah, the clown, and this guy that's following her as well. She wants to go back to him to fight him off and finish him because he's still doing his crazy stuff that he's doing to other people. So as she's fighting with him, trying to get the upper hand, we see that Sloane wants to go and save her, Elsa, because like saying she hasn't answered her phone and everything, she must be in trouble. So he goes off to see how she is, and why she isn't answering. So the long fight between her and Von Gasly was like all over the place, even with the artwork that's sketchy. So Tommy gets there when Sloane got there with finding out about Elsa. And the guy that was going after her actually tries to help out a little bit until she gets the upper hand towards him with his like little sword, which was no match for her. And she wins in the end, and Von Gasly, we all know what happened to him, unless it... Oh, actually, we do know. He actually gets eaten by demonic beings. I actually forgot about that because that was actually very horrific. So, as the issue continues more, she has that cube where she kept it, for herself, so it will stay out of harm's way. And then that night, she just goes back to her apartment and has some thoughts. So, just wow.
The last panel, what it says, that's wow.
That's why I said wow. Just the last panel itself, along with the story.
All right, wow. I actually have 2 books I didn't realize. Okay, starting with Halo Escalation, issue number 10. This is the final part with the Master Chief fighting against. Oh God, I forgot his name. I forgot what his name was. Shoot, I hate when I do that, and it's the main antagonist from Halo 4 too. But anyway, him and Blue Team get knocked out, huh?
The Grunt?
Nothing.
Well, you said the big guy. I don't know what you're talking about. Him?
I believe it's the Didac, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, now I can't remember either. Oh my God.
But anyway, the Monitor jumps in and actually saves the Spartans right before they're killed, because there was no way they could have won the fight. let's see. I want to see where it is here. Yeah, it is the Didac. I was right.
Yeah.
And he teleports the Didac away somewhere. We don't know where. But Master Chief figures it out. The one place where it's furthest away and it's the most secure location is the control room. And Master Chief actually comes up with a plan to destroy the Didac once and for all. And him and the Monitor actually come up with a plan. I don't want to say what it is, but it involves taking a piece of the Halo out, where the control room is, and what it looks like, the plan works. And we think the Master Chief doesn't make it, but he does. And he ends up reassigning himself at the end of this issue with Blue Team. So he's now part of the I believe it's blue. I believe they call the blue Spartan team. I could be wrong, but anyway, he ends up joining them in the never-ending fight because Commander Hood's like, "Yo, take a vacation." Oh wait, it actually says it right here. Yeah, Blue Team. I was right. He orders Blue Team R&R as well as Spartan 117 John, and he says, "Nope, we're going back to work." And that's just the way he is. There's no way to stop the Master Chief from, continuing the fight and never stopping. So that's just the Master Chief for you. Let me just check the time to see if I have time. No, we don't. Alright, so when we continue in just 1 second, we will finish off Dark Horse and go into IDW. Just give us 1 second. At the click of the button, we will be back. Alright, we're back. And we're now in Aliens, Fire and Stone, or Fire and Stone Aliens, issue number 1 of 4. Fire and Stone has 3 titles. We have the Prometheus title, which I already reviewed, Aliens, which I'm about to go into, and then in 2 episodes from now, we have Fire and Stone Alien versus Predator.
I actually read that.
I'm really happy that, since Dark Horse lost Star Wars, they're focusing on their other franchises that they've had for a while now. And with Alien Isolation only 2 days away, 1 day when this goes up, from release, this is the perfect opportunity to build on the Aliens universe. I really did enjoy this issue. So far, Prometheus is my second favorite. Let's see if it's my third favorite when Alien vs. Predator comes out. Aliens is my favorite of the series so far. It actually takes place during the alien invasion at Hadley's Hope. This takes place between Alien 1 and Aliens, which is Alien 2 basically. Hadley's Hope is overrun with the aliens already. Other crew members who already had facehuggers obviously died. Aliens happened. And now the rest of the survivors are fighting to survive. The rest of the... what are they considered? The... crew, not crew, but they're the terraformers. Half of them run off. Some of them are being dragged away. Some of them are being killed. This one guy, Russell meets up with this guy called Nolan, who actually has a cargo ship, the Anger, I'm going to pronounce it.
Yeah.
And they use the cargo ship to escape the planet. It can't go too far, so they end up landing on one of the moons. However, what they don't know, what Nolan saw, but obviously didn't have a chance to, he didn't tell them, because when one of the cargo crates that they were going to take with them, aliens had jumped inside, but if they would have left that behind, they would have left Nolan behind. So in fear of his own life and not wanting to stay on the planet, he says that everything's clear and to go. They end up landing on the moon. They open up the cargo thing, and aliens break out. And it's the cat and mouse game all over again. They run into the forest, which they were told that planet was uninhabitable, unbreathable, everything. And they're there, and Russell's like, amazing, we're breathing, this moon is livable. And they run off. They're trapped on this moon now, with the aliens still out there. Now they're basically fighting to survive in a place where there's no supplies, because where the aliens were is where the supplies were, and really not much hope of getting off and surviving. So this is a really good issue. I cut out a lot of pieces here, there, and everywhere, which makes this review sound crazy, but at the same time, it was really good. I really enjoyed it. The artwork was really good for this book, which I remember when I was reading the Dark Horse Presents series, the last little mini-series that went through Dark Horse Presents, I think about 4 or 5 issues. I really did not like the artwork in that story. This story, I really did like the artwork. I love the story. Definitely would recommend you guys check it out. It was a really, really, really good book. And now we're going to go into IDW with Samurai Jack, issue number 12.
Yes, Samurai Jack. Now with his sword gone, what will he do about Aku? So, it does start off with that, with the sword, that this old guy was like saying, you know, he tried so many things and he couldn't do it. So meanwhile, Aku found out, based on what happened, that the sword is no longer in use, which means he could overpower Samurai Jack and, you know, do whatever he wants, which is what we've seen in all cartoon life. So then he's like telling everyone, you know, people everywhere, I am going to be the strongest commander and no one's going to stop me, you know, like all the villains, stuff like that. And Samurai Jack like really doesn't like that too much of hearing that. He has a fight off with, I forgot what his name was. They make Samurai Jack look really, really old with like all the wrinkles and everything. I noticed that in the artwork in this book. But anyway, looking over that, you know, he's just trying to find ways of how he can be the samurai again with his sword. And he does do training with the sword to, you know, get the feel of like saying, you know, now I have a powerful sword, I can still train. So this other woman talks to him about the sword, and it's like a really big struggle for him with without the powerful sword anymore. Now that it's broken and no longer in good use, it's going to be very tough for him, especially going up.
This
against
looks like a
Aquaman.
really good story, actually.
It is. It's really amazing. I mean, minus the other parts where there was like no dialogue and it really wasn't as good. This one actually got better as well.
Godzilla.
Godzilla.
I was going to say God Rulers of Earth. Godzilla Rulers of Earth. Issue number 16. God Ruler. Yeah. God Ruler. It works.
Godzilla too.
Godzilla is there too.
Okay.
Lots of awesome fight scenes. Godzilla obviously wakes up, ends up fighting against the robots led by the Atlantean. The other monster that we believed was killed by the Atlantean shows up. It's Godzilla and that monster versus the robots. Really, really, really nice fight scene.
Hasn't that been like overly done a little bit?
It's good action. You don't care. I really don't care about all the human parts. The artwork's beautiful. The action is really
artwork
good.
is realistically amazing.
The team up was great. And you got Godzilla going after the Atlantean now. I like it, and I believe the next issue takes place in space with some space monsters.
Does that mean that Space Godzilla is going to be in it?
I hope not.
Well, if it's in space, hello, Space Godzilla?
Again, I hope not. I like Godzilla. You know, I gotta admit, I really do like Godzilla Rulers of Earth, but at the same time, I feel like the story is just stretching and stretching and stretching. I could take a little
with the people
break.
that just don't, you know.
All right, I'll leave your book for last because I know that was a big book for you.
Yeah, that was.
And I'm going to go into Transformers Robots in Disguise, issue number 33. Transformers Robots in Disguise is actually going to be changing into just Transformers soon.
Oh.
And More Than... I hope I'm right. More Than Meets the Eyes is continuing. One of the titles is turning into Transformers, and the other one is staying the same. Anyway, in this issue, once I get past all the variant covers, Wheeljack is brought back from the dead. Because in previous issues that I wasn't reading, apparently Wheeljack was killed by Starscream, and he missed out on basically everything that's gone on since his death. So he missed out on the whole war with what was his name? He missed everything basically. Let's put it that way. He missed Bumblebee's death, the whole war, everything. Optimus's return, his exit from Cybertron. So now he's back and he's finding out everything that's going on. He's reconnecting with other people, and then Starscream actually tells him about Devastator, and more importantly, what's his name? Prowl. How he's still not all. He's not the same anymore, and he wants his own Constructabot in case anything ever happens, because he believes there's a war coming again. So he found the aerial bots, but he needs to fix it now. What was the name of the aerial bots? Combiner they're called, by the way. Superion. So he wants Wheeljack to help fix Superion. He's contemplating about it. He's, taking everything, like I said, everything in that's happened, that's going on. He talks with Windblade for a bit. He also talks with, what's his name? It's over here. Oh, come on. I forgot his name and I can't find it anywhere. I can't remember, but anyway, he reconnects with him too. And then finally, after thinking about everything, figuring out that Windblade and this guy have his back, and the danger of the construction bots and Devastator, Wheeljack decides he'll rebuild the aerial bots with his friends having his back, because he doesn't trust Starscream either. Nobody does. But Starscream considers Wheeljack his closest friend anyway, because he's the only person that stood for him, stood by him, and I don't know. But anyway, and also we find out he has a spy on Earth, so he's feeding him back everything that's been going on in Robots in Disguise previous issues with Optimus Prime, Prowl, and the others on Earth. So really interesting issue. Next issue looks interesting as well. Guess we're going to have to wait and see what happens next. I'm looking forward to it. Looks like things are going to definitely be heating up and Decepticoning out in the months to come. Finally, it's your book this week, Super Secret Crisis War, issue number 4. How was this book? I hear good things, and you are always excited to read it.
Yeah, like all the villains are, using the robots to go after Samurai Jack, Ben 10, the Powerpuff Girls, and Dexter. So Ben 10's actually thinking of different strategies to try to fool the robots with his disguise, as well as Dexter trying to
use the robots against themselves.
Right.
It looks like.
Then Ed and Eddie with Mojo Joe. I don't know how many Joes that there are in there. Like, they see what's going on of them fighting the robots, and they're trying every which way. And then Aku comes in to say his few choice words about what's to come for them, as well as the robots. Artwork is really great, like exactly drawn like how we would see it. And Aku just wants to destroy the worlds, and they don't really want that, for them to destroy the world, or if they want their own worlds, from what I saw in the one-shots of their origin stuff after the story. So, it's getting to the part where either the villains are going to be fighting against each other because they want their own world, which I can see happening, or the good guys will just stop them and they'll go back to their universes and everything will be crisis over. But it's really interesting. I really enjoyed this one this week.
Personally, I can't wait for the next one-shot, which is going to be Cow and Chicken.
Oh yeah.
I haven't seen that cartoon in so long. It'd be nice to see that cartoon again.
Yeah, with the little Dan. Yeah. Can't forget that.
And with that, that's it for this review, guys. Don't forget to check out Comic Related, Comic Frontline, Zone4Podcast.com, as well as Frontline Gaming Zone. All together, we are your #1 source for comic-related news, reviews, and a whole bunch more. Guys, let us know in the comments below what you think of any of the books we talked about here, any recommendations you guys have. Feel free to just leave them there, and we will answer your guys' comments in the comments below. And until next time, take care, keep reading, keep collecting, and we will see you guys in the next review.
Later, everybody.